welcome to Analyzing Craft and Structure. This is a lesson that's focused on tone, word choice, and connotation and denotation. Let's get started on annotating these notes, and then we'll go on and annotate a little bit of the story to it and apply them. All right, here we go. Author's word choice tone. An author's tone is his or her attitude toward a particular subject, right? So your attitude towards like something that you're passionate about, towards the past, towards a particular idea, part of history, right? An author's tone may be described using adjectives such as serious, humorous, casual, or formal, right? The tone of a literary work is often conveyed through the author's word choice, or the individual words as well as phrases and expressions he uses, a phrase or expression being more than one word. To develop the tone of a literary work, the author considers the connotations of the words he or she uses. Those are the ideas and feelings associated with the words. All right? Some of people consider it like the emotional life of a word, as opposed to connotations suggest meaning beyond the word's dictionary definition or denotation. So dictionary definition is what denotation is. Words connotation may be positive or negative. It's a good first step. For example, the words postpone and procrastinate have similar denotations, to put off until a later time. However, the word postpone has a more positive connotation that suggests that something is being rescheduled due to circumstances beyond one's control. In contrast, the word procrastinate has a negative connotation of putting something off because one doesn't feel like doing it. Let's look at some connotative expressions in the story. Turn to page 47 for me, please, and go to paragraph 7. I especially love what happened at Dubuque's Five Flags Center a few months later. Right? Look at this phrase here. I especially love. Right? This word especially contributes to tone. And this especially seems to have a positive connotation, right? Especially since it's followed by the word love. I especially love what happened at Dubuque's Five Flags Center a few months later. You and your crew, breaking fixation, challenged Dubuque's 4+1 crew to a dance-off. You practiced, you got t-shirts with your crew name emblazoned on them. Take a look at this word, emblazoned, right? Think of some of the boring alternatives that you could have. Boring alternatives. Your crew name written on them, ironed on them if it was like a patch, put on them, showing on them. But emblazoned is not written. Emblazoned is not ironed. Emblazoned is not put. Emblazoned is not showing. Emblazoned is more of a showing off. Alexa, stop. Let me go yell at my electronics. Alexa, stop. Sorry about that. You worked hard and you daydreamed harder. This idea of daydream, right? It could have a negative connotation, but it's part of working hard, right? So that kind of takes some of the sting out of that word. So the connotation in context ends up being positive. You imagined the roaring crowd. That has a positive connotation rather. You didn't expect the Five Flags floor to be so sticky. You didn't expect to sweat through your new shirt. You didn't expect the flesh. Now, in this case, we have a negative connotation. It's one thing to say someone's body, it's another thing to say flesh. Of your back to be gripped and twisted so that it felt like it was on fire. Gripped and twisted. Here seem to have a negative connotation, but a colorful one for sure, right? You can imagine it. Gripped, twisted. You didn't expect it, but that's how it was, and it hurt so bad that instead of spinning into a windmill, the main part of your routine, you just writhed on the floor howling. Writhed has a negative connotation. I remember encountering that word for the first time when I read Harry Potter and a Goblet of Fire. The torture curse is put on Harry, and I think it's Crucio, something like that. Crucio, or maybe there's an X in there, but that's like the torture thing, and it makes people writhe on the floor. And howling certainly complements writhed. Howling here, another negative connotation. Right? If we were to get the denotation, it would be like, it would be animal specific. But howling combined with writhed and a spinning windmill certainly has a more playful tone and certainly communicates with a little more electricity exactly what happened. Let's continue to think about connotations and denotations as we go along.